is a natural human emotion, but when it becomes overwhelming or difficult to control, it can have negative consequences for our relationships, health, and overall well-being. Understanding what triggers anger is the first step toward managing it effectively. Triggers are specific situations, people, thoughts, or memories that spark feelings of anger. By identifying these triggers, you can begin to anticipate and respond to them in healthier ways. Let's start by exploring the different types of anger triggers. Triggers can be external, such as events or interactions in your environment, or internal, such as thoughts, memories, or physical sensations. External triggers are often easier to recognize. For example, being stuck in traffic, receiving criticism at work, or dealing with a rude customer can all provoke anger. Internal triggers, on the other hand, are more subtle. These might include feeling misunderstood, recalling a painful memory, or experiencing physical discomfort like hunger or fatigue. One of the most common external triggers is frustration. When your goals are blocked, or things don't go as planned, frustration can quickly escalate into anger. This might happen when you're running late and can't find your keys, or when a project at work hits an unexpected obstacle. The sense of being thwarted or powerless can ignite a strong emotional response. Another frequent external trigger is feeling disrespected or treated unfairly. If someone cuts in line, interrupts you during a conversation, or ignores your contributions, it can feel like a personal slight. This sense of injustice can be especially powerful if it taps into past experiences where you felt similarly dismissed or undervalued. Arguments and conflicts are also common anger triggers. Whether it's a disagreement with a partner, a friend, or a colleague, conflict can bring up intense emotions. Sometimes the anger is less about the immediate disagreement and more about underlying issues, like feeling unheard, unappreciated, or unsupported. Stress is another major factor. When you're under pressure, whether from work, family obligations, or financial concerns, your tolerance for frustration decreases. Small annoyances that might not bother you under normal circumstances can feel overwhelming when you're already stretched thin. Internal triggers often revolve around thoughts and beliefs. For example, negative self-talk or unrealistic expectations can fuel anger. If you believe that things should always go smoothly or that others should always treat you with respect, you're more likely to become angry when reality doesn't match these expectations. Similarly, ruminating on past hurts or perceived injustices can keep anger simmering beneath the surface. Physical states can also act as internal triggers. Hunger, fatigue, pain, or hormonal changes can lower your threshold for anger. When your body is under stress, it's harder to manage your emotions. This is why the phrase hangry, a blend of hungry and angry, resonates with so many people. Sometimes anger is triggered by a sense of threat, either real or perceived. This could be a threat to your safety, your self-esteem, or your sense of control. For example, if someone criticizes you in public, it might feel like a threat to your reputation or your standing in the group, leading to an angry response. It's important to recognize that everyone's triggers are different. What provokes anger in one person might not bother someone else at all. Your personal history, temperament, and coping skills all play a role in shaping your unique set of triggers. For some, loud noises or chaotic environments can be overwhelming. For others, feeling ignored or left out is particularly painful. To identify your own anger triggers, start by paying attention to the situations where you tend to lose your temper. Keep a journal and note when you feel angry. What was happening at the time? Who was involved? And what thoughts or feelings were running through your mind? Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge. Maybe you notice that you're more likely to get angry when you're tired, when you feel criticized, or when plans change unexpectedly. It can also be helpful to reflect on your past experiences. Sometimes current triggers are linked to unresolved issues from childhood or earlier in life. If you grew up in an environment where anger was used to express needs or assert control, you might be more prone to react with anger in similar situations as an adult. Once you've identified your triggers, you can begin to develop strategies for managing them. This might involve making practical changes, like getting more sleep, eating regular meals, or setting boundaries with difficult people. It can also mean working on your thought patterns, challenging unrealistic expectations, and practicing self-compassion. Developing coping skills is key. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and counting to 10 can help you pause and choose a more constructive response. Sometimes, simply taking a break from a heated situation can prevent anger from escalating. It's also important to communicate your needs assertively, rather than letting anger build up until it explodes. If someone's behavior is triggering you, try to express how you feel in a calm and respectful way. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you might say, "I feel frustrated when I don't feel heard. Can we talk about this?" If you find that your anger is difficult to control or is causing problems in your life, consider seeking support from a mental health professional. Therapy can help you explore the roots of your anger, develop healthier coping strategies, and improve your relationships. In summary, identifying your anger triggers is a crucial step in managing your emotions and improving your quality of life. By becoming more aware of the specific situations, thoughts, and feelings that spark your anger, you can learn to respond with greater self-control and understanding. Remember, anger is a normal emotion, but how you handle it makes all the difference. With self-awareness and practice, you can break the cycle of reactive anger and create a more peaceful, balanced life.